Good day, children. Let's start the class with a prayer. All join your hands, close your eyes. Oh God, bless all of us so that we may learn the subjects better and do our duties well. Have you gone through the fifth chapter? Yes, the adaptation in plants. First, we have learned about the different types of plants. The plants that are growing on land. What do we call them? They call known as the terrestrial plants. And we have seen that they are growing in different regions in the land. So, according to that region, the plants are adjusted. To that, there are specialties for the plants that are growing in different regions. That's what we have learned in the last class, isn't it? Now, next we come to the next type of plant that is growing in water. We call it as aquatic plants. Water plants are aquatic plants. So, according to that, the way they are growing, the aquatic plants are divided into three types. Yes, they are divided into three types. That is the first one, we call it as a floating plants. Yes, the first one we call it as the floating plants. From the name itself, it is understood that the plants will be floating in water. Yes, it won't be under the water. It is on the surface of water. Growing on the surface of water. It's in the water itself, but it will be floating on it. Yes. The second one is fixed plants. Yes, that is the fixed plants. You see what are all these? Then underwater plants. So underwater also you can understand that it will be growing under the water. Underwater plants. Yes, three types of aquatic plants are there. Floating plants, fixed plants and underwater plants. Now floating plants, the name is understood, it is on the surface of water. It is not attached to the bottom. Yes, so examples are water hyacinth. Kolavada in Malayalam will say for it. Water hyacinth, it is given in your book. Yes, another one is water lettuce or water cabbage. It is covered with fully the water. On the top of water will be fully these leaf. This cabbage like that, this somewhat like the cabbage. That is a water lettuce. So these are two examples for the floating plants which are on the surface of the water you can see. Now what is how are they able to grow in this water? How are they able to grow in water? Now their leaves, you might have not seen, but it is said that their leaves and stems will be spongy, so light, and there will be some air pockets. Some air pockets for the stem due to the presence of air pockets. The leaves and stems are light and spongy because we have learned in the bird's bones or hollow bones. Like that, their stems and leaves are very spongy leaves because of this air sacs in it, air pockets in it. Understood? So that it won't be that much weight. It will be weightless and they can float on the water nicely. The next one is their leaves will be having waxy coating so that the water, because of the water, the leaves will not get damaged fast. Otherwise, if you keep a leaf little inside the water for a long time, it will becoming damaged, cheenyi, isn't it? But it doesn't happen for this because it is having a waxy coating for this leaf. So these are the two features of the plants, floating plants, adaptations of the floating plants. How are they able to live in water? One is spongy stem and leaf. Yes. Then they have waxy coating on the leaves which help them to grow in water. Then the fixed plants. Here the fixed plant, the best example is our national flower. Which is our national flower? Lotus. Yes. Then another one is there, somewhat same but not that much big as this lotus. Who is it? Water lily, ambal poovu. Yes, water lily, this lotus. These are the examples for the fixed plants. That also you can see the flower and the leaf. Have you seen the leaf of the water lily and all? This is round in shape. Big leaf it is. And you know the shape of the lotus. You know to draw the lotus and all. Yes, you can see them out on the surface of water. But their roots Their roots are fixed to the bottom of water. Yes, fixed at the bottom of water. These plants have roots fixed at the bottom. The roots are fixed at the bottom of the water, but you can see them outside. The leaf and flower will be out on the surface of water. There also the leaf will be having, the leaf have waxy coating so that the water will not get damage that leaf. So that is the leaves and flowers float on the surface of water, and so that they get air and sunlight nicely from the outside. Then what? They have flat and broad leaves. Then the leaves prevent them from getting damaged due to water because of this waxy coating on it. Then they are stems. They are long stem. They have long stem so that they can float on the surface of the water. Their roots are under the water, bottom of the water, and how are they able to come up? Because of this long stem, the flower and the leaf can be seen on the surface of the water. So examples are water lily and lotus. Yes, so that is the example for fixed plants, lotus and water lily. So these are the examples. So here what is it? Water lettuce and water hyacinth, they are floating on the surface of the water. Then they have stems and very spongy. Stems and leaves are very spongy because of the air pockets in it. Then they are, leaves have waxy coating. Here, what is it? They are flat, broad leaf with waxy coating leaf. Stems are very long so that the flower and leaf can be seen. Then roots. Roots are attached to the bottom of the water. Yes. Now, underwater means you know that the plants are growing inside underwater. If you have aquarium in your house, in some houses, you can see some crazy people will be there. Yeah, there will be some green plants inside it. Have you seen it? Grass. Like grass you can see. Many are there. Tape grass, sea grass. Some pictures are shown here. In your book you can see the tape grass, sea grass. Like our grass on the land, there are some grasses inside the water. Yes, and their roots won't be having any other hair, just one root like that. So they grow completely under the water. Examples are given here: sea grass and tape grass. They absorb light and air, sunlight and air from the surface when they get inside it. Then their leaves will be divided leaves. They'll get more surface for absorption. Then they have small roots. So they don't have, it is just the roots are, they doesn't absorb any water or sunlight, air, nothing. It is just to fix the plant in that, inside the soil, inside the water body. Only for that purpose that root is for them. Then they have divided leaves, small leaf, tiny leaf and all, like the grass. Sea grass, tape grass, all those are examples. So the plants which are growing underwater, the roots are just for fixing them in the bottom of the body. Then leaves are divided leaves so that they can absorb the leaf, sunlight and all very fast. So these are the examples and the adaptation of the water plants. So floating plants, fixed plants and the underwater plants. So examples are given here. So that is about this chapter. Yes, adaptation plants. Terrestrial plants are here. Terrestrial plants, the plants that are growing in the mountains. The if the snows are falling, it shouldn't get damaged. So in that shape it is made. Then what is the next one? Plains. How the plants are growing in the plains. Very fertile soil. So the leaves will be spread over, the branches will be spread over, the leaves will be getting that much sunlight to produce fruit, food. Yes, same way the adaptation of water plants. So just go through it nicely and come for the next live session. Thank you, children.